If you've ever had the feeling that your marketing was happening to your firm and not for it, this one is for you. The report shows up on every time, and somehow every month you are a little less sure that any of that is actually connected to real cases. You ask a question and the answer comes back a few days later, slightly off from someone who is clearly isn't the person doing the actual work. Here's the thing that managing partners never get told plainly. That distrust you feel towards marketing agencies isn't paranoia. It's a rational response to a pattern, a well-documented one, in how most agencies unfortunately are built to serve small firms. And once you can see the pattern, it's a lot easier to spot it before you hire your next one. We work with family law firms that are competing for fathers' rights cases. That means that we spend a lot of time looking under the hood of marketing set up for these firms specifically and what they already have in place. And the same three failures show up again and again in what we see. It's not because those are badly run firms, it's because how the agencies are structured to work with them in the first place. Let me walk you through the three examples. And if any of them sound familiar, then you're not imagining it. The first one is that a plated strategy. Now, a lot of marketing agencies run the same playbook across dozens of unrelated clients. A plumber in one state, a personal injury firm in another, and your family law practice in the third. And then they dress it up as something custom built for you. But the landing pages are used the same templates, the ad structure is the same, the city name gets replaced, so do brand name and logos, but not much else. Now, it looks tailored, but it reads generic the moment you actually take a close look. And the reason so much of this work feels like it was made for a category, not your firm, because it was. Now, the second pattern we see is that attorneys tell me that they're very frustrated by not even the results, it's by this. You might have a question, you ask your account manager in an agency, and then the account manager relays it to whoever actually is running your campaigns within the agency. The answer comes back to you 3 days later, a little diluted, a little off, but you still can't tell whether anyone has actually thought hard about your firm and your question specifically. Now, that's the account manager problem. There is a layer between you and the person doing the marketing work for you. And then every question you ask loses a little context going in between. It's not that your account manager is bad at their job, it's that the structure puts this translator in the middle of the conversation where you shouldn't need one. That brings me to the third thing, the one underneath the other two. Most agencies scale by serving as many industries as possible and as many different niches. That's their whole business model. And when you serve everyone, a niche like father's rights stops being a specialty and becomes a keyword category. A row on a spreadsheet, an afterthought. So nobody on the team has really sat with the specific questions. What does a father actually type into Google at 11 at night when he is scared that he is about to lose time with his kid? How is that search and that phone call is different from a DUI inquiry or slip and fall? How does a custody consult convert differently than every other kind of legal consult? If nobody thought about those things, the marketing can't reflect them. And you end up with generic divorce content with the words father's rights dropped in, which again, you can feel. You just might not have had the right words for why this is happening. So what does the opposite look like? Three things. And there are mirror images of the three problems. One is visible niche fluency, not a claim of expertise, proof of it. Work you can look at that was built specifically for this audience, not swapped in from a template. Two is the direct access to whoever is doing the actual work for you, not a translator layer, but the person actually doing the work. And then three is reporting that is anchored to signed cases, not clicks. If you watched our previous video, you already know that this is where I stand on it personally, that the most important cost for you is cost per case. Those are the three tells that you can use to analyze anybody before you hire somebody in-house or an external agency to work on your marketing. If the strategy and approach is templated, or is that strategy actually built for your firm and for father's rights practice specifically? Does the agency you talk to or a person treat your work as a niche and specialty, or is it just one of the many things that they do? I want to be clear about what this is and isn't. This isn't a pitch against the marketing agencies. There are plenty of them that do great work, but this is an explanation that is required to understand the pattern so that you don't feel like you've been burned by the agencies when that translation layer, that specialty hasn't been aligned from the very beginning. I hope it's been useful, and please make sure to follow for the next video if you're interested in content related to the marketing of fathers' rights family law practices in the US.